And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday, December 6th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody and welcome. Welcome on a rainy Monday, and we hope you're staying dry. Well, Don Hamlet comes back to be with us for this month to talk about Absolute Kubota. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
A good, wet Monday morning to you.
Soggy. Very soggy out there.
But, quite frankly, I think it beats snow.
I don't know. Sheriff may disagree with me, but I kind of like a little snow every now and then.
Well, anyway, Absolute Kubota is located at 1506 West Main in Lebanon, and that's where you'll find Kubota tractors, Kubota hay equipment, Kubota zero-turn mowers, Kubota RTVs, everything from weed eaters to hay balers, as Don likes to say. It's been a month since we've seen you. TR's been here, but the two of you are the salespeople at Absolute Kubota and alternate months with us, so we'll get to talk to you each Monday in December.
The whole month of December, you got stuck with me.
Yeah, you're from Hartsville.
I am from Hartsville, yes, sir.
And I understand the tornado.
It may have touched down, done a little damage this morning. I hope and pray that everybody's doing good up there. You know, just be careful, and hopefully the sun will be up here in a minute. They can get out and see what's going on up there.
And you had heard that maybe they'd called off school in Trousdale
I think Trousdale County schools are off today. Don't keep your kids at home based on what I'm saying. You know, check everything else. But
well,
you know,
from a usually reliable source.
Yes, yes.
Well, let's talk about Kubota. One of the things I was thinking sometimes when I'm in the shower, what are we going to talk about today? And it occurred to me that, and this has been mentioned before, but December, a lot of times people are thinking about taxes and about maybe making some purchases to put that money into equipment rather than into paying the government.
They are, and we've been trying to give people the heads up that, of course, we do have equipment coming in. We may not have every piece sitting on the ground like we normally would for the month of December. We're just urging everyone, you know, maybe going and see your tax guy just a little bit early this year and ask him if he thinks you're going to need to make a purchase. And if you are, come on in and give us time to try to locate that for you so we can make sure that we do have what you're wanting.
Good idea. And I'm glad you pointed that out, because that is one of the things that we've experienced here for a year and a half is it's harder to get your hands on exactly what you want.
Yeah, now, a lot of the stuff we have, I mean, we have a few tractors. The RTVs are just pretty much selling before we can ever get our hands on them. Those, you know, the side-by-sides, they're super popular. Everybody wants one of those. But as far as little small tractors, you know, any kind of construction equipment, you know, we're selling construction equipment now. So anything like that, just give us an opportunity to try to get out ahead of it. Please don't come in December the 31st and need to make a purchase on something and, you know, haven't given us, you know, but 10 minutes to try to locate you something, you know.
But you're talking about obviously not only people who are farming as their business, but contractors.
Oh yeah,
as
business people. Yeah. Like I say, you know, we're doing the skid steers and the mini excavators and all those different pieces of equipment now, and
they can help their situation by buying before the year's over.
They can give us a heads up. Like I said, just come on in. Let's talk about what you're thinking, and you may not know 100% for sure yet, but you know, let's start working on it and see what we can get done for you. Of course, everything through the end of the month, still a lot of 0% financing on most everything. Some of the tractors are for 84 months. I mean, you know, no payments. Just don't use your money. Leave it in the savings account and just pay a little bit as you go. There's really no, you know, a lot of people will come in and say, there's no need me spending my money when I can spend someone else's, you know. I mean, you're going to ultimately spend your money, but there's no interest involved.
Well, that's amazing that they can do that. But here again, it sort of, I think, shows you that they've got a good product to have a warranty on it and to
oh yeah, Kubota has a great product.
7 years, 8.
The reason with some products in the country, you know, COVID has shut factories down. That's their problem. You know, we got car brands that their problem is they can't get chips and stuff from overseas. From what we can gather from Kubota's only problem is that all the dealers are selling so much they just physically cannot keep up. I mean, that's what's wrong.
And that's how popular Kubota is.
Kubota is very popular, and that's our one issue is just that people are buying so much we physically can't keep up.
Well, as we say sometimes, that's a good problem to have.
It's better than just having inventory sitting all over the place.
That's true. Well, we could talk more about service because you do offer service after the sale.
That's true. Those guys back there, they all work real hard. I always kind of joke around and say, it's kind of like being in law enforcement. When you're in service department, about half the people you get to deal with are having a little bit of an issue, so they're not the funnest people to deal with. But, those guys back there always work really hard to get your equipment in, get it diagged, get the pieces and parts, which we're not having trouble getting parts. There has been no trouble there. Getting your parts, get you repaired, and get you out. Because like you always say, Coleman, if you're going to use something regularly, there's going to be a hiccup every now and again just because of wear and tear. I mean, you're just putting hours and time on it, and things happen.
And time is money.
Time is money. Yes. Like I said, our construction group guys and our landscapers that we deal with, it's not just the homeowner, say like me, that gets upset when you can't cut your grass. I mean, we've got guys that are depending on us to go out and make a living, and we realize that, and we work really hard to make sure that, especially those, we get them in, get them taken care of so they can go out and make a living with our equipment.
Well, no doubt that has a lot to do with the success that you have enjoyed these years.
That's right. We try hard.
Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Correct.
At Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main.
Just to remind everybody, we are closed on Saturdays through the first weekend of February, and then we'll start back up on Saturday. Okay. So just
keep that in mind.
Please, yes.
Well, we'll see you next Monday.
Sounds great. I'll see you then.
Thank you very much. Stay dry.
Try my best.
All right. 10 and a half after the hour, Sheriff Robert Bryan joins us this morning. He is my guest on the first Monday of each month, unless something happens to the contrary. And, Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning. We got this first Monday down pretty good, don't we?
Pretty much.
We don't even have to call each other.
That's right.
We just show up.
Yeah. Vicki has always done a great job, and I've kept her reminded, and she's told me, yes, we got him down and all this kind of stuff. We don't even do that anymore.
No, we don't even have to do that no more.
Oh, how you been?
I've been good. How are you been?
I'm doing well now. I had a little hiccup back in September, early October.
I'm glad you're over that.
Well, I am too.
I bet you are too.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't all that bad for me, but anytime I can't come out here and sit for an hour Monday through Friday, it's not a good day.
That's right. That's right. So.
Well, we're here to talk about the Sheriff's Department, and when the sheriff of Wilson County has a lot on his plate, whoever that sheriff is, because the law enforcement, being a sheriff here, also includes the jail, and the jail is one big project in itself. There's a lot right there, and there's enough that you're enlarging right now and building the walls higher and all that.
And yeah, you're right, Coleman. It is a big task, but we not only the jails, the sheriffs, they've got a lot more responsibility as it relates to, we got state warrants, civil process, all the subpoenas and everything that's got to be served, the courts, it's going on every day. And you're right. It's a lot on your plate. So.
And you have to be pretty well organized, have an organized setting, an organized system to go by as much as possible. But and in order to do that, you've got to have some pretty good people in place over your different departments, I think.
Yeah, you said what I was fixing to say. It's important that you're organized and people know what to expect when whatever your task you're doing, and we got good people working for the sheriff's office that take care of a lot of that stuff and do a great job at it. And I reckon I could say it's streamlined, but you never know. You prepare for the worst, but you never know what's going to happen. So, and probably my phone will ring here in a minute. Something got off the track or something. I don't know.
Well, I know that you go from year to year. You prepare a budget early on. It won't be too long till you'll be doing that after we get probably to March or so, and then that goes from July through June, your fiscal year. Right now, how are you doing as far as staying on budget?
We're doing good. We're pretty much on par for like 6 months into the year. We're having a little. We had a little hiccup with some overtime. We're paying overtime. We had to get some transferred within the budget back to our overtime line, because several things is hitting us pretty hard this year as it relates to overtime. Number one is, COVID. COVID is still here. We had a bunch of people out for it, and we talked about back in the jail. We've had several openings, vacancies back there, and we're getting pretty close to getting them full now. But anytime you can't any department in the sheriff's office, you can't let them get below the numbers where it's unsafe. So you have to pay people overtime to come in and work extra. We also utilize, the SROs, school resource officers during that time. They get a bunch of comp time, different things during the school year, and sometimes they want to come out and work just for comp time and to build that up. So it's the overtime line and a little bit of gas. The gas, you go get gas nowadays.
You go by dollars in that budget, not gallons.
That's right.
And the cost of the gallon shot up
we like I said, we ain't had no increase in the amount of gas we've used. It's the cost of gas, right. Yeah. And we keep eye on that monthly, and really our usage is down, but the cost of it is up. So we're keeping an eye on that, and. But as far as overall, the budget really looks pretty good right now.
Okay, very good. Sheriff Robert Bryan is here. It's time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford and get $50 off, $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We're still trying to mop up several accidents out here up and down. Sections of 440 where we did see some serious flooding a little bit earlier on 440 right near Nolans, between Nolansville Pike and I-24. It's a crash 24 eastbound at Briley Parkway getting some attention. Again, give yourself extra travel time. It's an underwater world of wonder at Ripley's Aquarium. See the sea turtles, sharks, and so much more. Log on to Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hello, we are A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, community trusted since 1977.
One of the real joys of the holiday season is the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your business.
And most importantly, your trust in us.
From everyone at A.G. & Johnson, we wish you a happy holiday season.
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy holiday season!
Hi, I'm Mark Hinesley, president of the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce. What are your favorite small businesses or restaurants in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Watertown? TNCommunity.com can give you local places for all of your shopping needs this season.
Hi, I'm Melanie Minter, president and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, and I invite everyone to visit the website TNCommunity.com. If you're a business in Wilson County, we want to promote you. If you're a consumer in Wilson County, we encourage you to shop, eat, and play all day, every day.
9 local banks join forces again by partnering with all 3 chambers and plan to execute the TN Community Initiative, encouraging you to shop small businesses.
Please choose which participating businesses you want to support. Check out Shop, Eat, and Play businesses in Lebanon,
Mount Juliet,
and Watertown.
Every business was a small business. Let's support our community by coming together to support our friends and neighbors. Pick up your bucks at any participating bank location. For more information regarding the TN Community Initiative, call any Chamber of Commerce in Wilson County.
Hi, I'm Mayor Rick Bell.
And I'm Sarah Haston, your Economic Development Director for the City of Lebanon.
And we're asking each of you to shop Lebanon this Christmas season.
Are you ready for the hustle and bustle, Mayor?
Absolutely. 'Tis the season, and I'm ready to get everyone checked off my list by shopping Lebanon and shopping small.
Well, it's definitely important to support our Lebanon business community.
Indeed. Our Lebanon businesses are the backbone of our community, and they support us all year.
That's right. Let's show some local love at Christmas. We are asking everyone to commit to give back by shopping your local retailers here in Lebanon.
Have a Merry Christmas from all of us at the City of Lebanon.
Coleman and Company here on a Monday morning. Let me just take a minute here, 30 seconds, to talk about something Jeff Allums is doing. He has a ministry called Faith in Actions Ministry. They're going to be having an open house on Thursday, December 16th. He'll be here to talk about it, but they are taking donated furniture and household items and distributing them to foster families, and they do need donated furniture, household items, monetary donations, and of course volunteers. We'll talk more about that then, but just a quick reminder here. Sheriff Robert Bryan is with us this morning, and we're talking about things that pertain to the Sheriff of Wilson County, as we do once a month. We talked about your budget, and pretty much you're staying on budget, a little more expense for overtime and gasoline, but sometimes you transfer money from one line item where you didn't use as much and overall stay on budget. I guess that's the overall goal.
It is. We try our best to do that. There may be different lines that we could utilize where we don't have to go into the general fund, as you would say, to get that money.
Well, you mentioned a moment ago you were short and having to pay some overtime because you can only there's a threshold that you don't go under. Let's say you got to have so many people to get the job done. But are you hiring now?
We are. We're hiring in corrections, and we do have a few openings on as far as the certified officers, the patrol officers, and SROs. We've had a few of them, and I've been asked, why are these people? Why you have openings? But we're not really losing people to other departments. We're losing people to the private sector. They can go out and work in a better environment, I reckon you'd say, a safer environment. How's that? And make more money. And that's what it's about today. So, we need to really look at what's going on as far as our county employees, and compensate them with what we're going to do whatever we can do to hold on to them, because we're losing them. We're losing people to the private sector.
Had a terrible thing that happened last week in Michigan. This, I think, 15-year-old gets a gun and goes into the school and kills 4 people, I believe, and then his parents get indicted because they allegedly and reportedly weren't supervising the purchase of that gun like they should have, and among other things. When something like that happens, what does that do to you and your people? Is that demoralizing? I know you're bound to talk about it, and you wonder, well, how could this been avoided? And of course, hindsight's 20/20. But I see a whole lot in this that just was totally wrong.
And what we're hearing, what we're hearing on the news, I remember that. But in saying that, there was several red flags, is the way I understand it, to that case that wasn't acted on. I'm not Monday morning quarterbacking here. Okay, I don't know the whole extent of the whole investigation.
Right.
I have no clue. But we've been told, there were some red flags that was not followed up on. And, knock on wood here. I mean, we got SROs in every school, and they're trained. And yes, anytime an incident like this happens, no matter where it's at across the country, we'll sit down and we'll look at it, and we'll see what happened, what didn't happen. And I guarantee you, after all said and done, the investigation will be released out. So the one in Florida, once that investigation got completed, there was a lot of experts that come out and started teaching on what didn't happen there, or what could have happened there, or what should have been done. And the same thing will happen here. And that's what we do in our yearly training and in services. We instruct our SROs about, hey, this happened here, look at it, tell us what you see or what you would have done, and try to prevent anything like this from happening here.
Do you, as a law enforcement agency, your people, is there always some concern in the back of your mind about having a lawsuit filed against you for actions you take?
You say concern, I mean, it's inevitable in what we do. Again, knock on wood, I've had several lawsuits filed against me since I've been sheriff, and it's just part of the job. But in saying that, 99% of them has been dismissed.
Yeah.
And people can sue over. This chair I'm sitting in, it's uncomfortable. I can sue. Okay, I've been sued because they didn't like the meal I was feeding them in jail. You name it, I've been sued over. And
what's that old saying? You can sue a ham sandwich.
You can sue. That's right. And I really believe that. But we've got good attorneys, and most of these are 90. Like I said again, 98% of them's frivolous. Okay, and it's something you got to fend off.
No doubt you do your very best to stay within the law and do what you're allowed to do. Don't do what you're not supposed to do. But sometimes in the heat of battle, it doesn't always go that way.
Sometimes it get a little sticky. Sometimes it gets a little, like I said, sticky, and we train our officers from corrections. Every employee we've got, we train for their job that they're doing. Okay, we train for them all, whatever, if they have to deal with a combative person or arrest somebody that's combative or arrest somebody with a gun or an SRO having to arrest somebody at school. We train them for that, so the training is real important because if they encounter something like that they know what steps to take to try to prevent them lawsuits. But in saying that, no matter what you do, I mean, somebody's not going to like what you do. But you train the best you can and get a mindset to try to prevent them lawsuits.
Well, a couple of things we might talk about. I've got about 5 minutes here. The drugs and the illegal use of drugs is something you're always concerned about. It seems like it changes every few months from one to something else, and I don't know how you even stay up to date with all the different ones that are out there. But I think you're doing the best you can on that.
Listen, I started this 32 years ago, and back then it was there was a drug problem back then.
Yeah.
And my whole career, there's been drug and alcohol problems throughout the whole time, and that wasn't Chris Dow, that was work. But he's still asleep. But we've got a serious problem right now with we've got a lot of narcotics and drugs coming over the borders in our southern borders. That's where the majority of our drugs are coming from. I have no doubt about it. They need to shut that border up, shut it down, because it's there's a lot of drugs that's coming across that's killing people. I'm getting tired of my phone going off and in the middle of the night because somebody's overdosed, and it's happening, and nobody's immune to it, and it's sad. And we've got you've got addicts out there that that's you can't just go out and arrest them all. Okay, they got a problem. Okay, right. You got to go out and arrest the dealers, and that's our main focus. Go out there and get these people who's selling this stuff. But I can tell you, it is coming from the southern border.
Well, it's in the news, but I mean it's so commonplace. We don't seem to hear about it every day, but I guess you probably deal with it almost on a daily basis.
Yes, I mean it is. I mean I sit there every day and see officers arresting people for drugs, and I see our narcotics units every day doing their job trying to catch these dealers. You catch one, there's another right behind them, and that's the way it's always been. How do you stop it? Well, I don't know. Just keep fighting. That's all you can do. Keep fighting.
Well, you have there are a lot of miles in Wilson County. We're building more subdivisions. More people are coming here. You've got your patrol division, I guess, is growing and is probably going to grow for the foreseeable future. But
I hope so.
That's something you address constantly?
Yes, I mean we pull stats once every 2 weeks, and the number of calls, the number of complaints, the number of calls for service, the number of people coming through the jail, the number of civil process, the number of people, I hate to keep going through court system, it just keeps increasing. And there's going to have to be some more personnel. It's because it's getting difficult to keep up with it, and it's.
You get quite a number of citizens' complaints, maybe especially about speeding and bad driving.
Yes, and we don't have enough people to cover all of them. If we get an area where it's we're getting complaints that we'll do our best to we will go out and focus on that area for some time, but we can't stay there. We have to go to another area. As far as it relates to drive, and again, this growth table, I call this right here because everybody sits here and says growth. It's going to continue, and you got a lot of these subdivisions popping up out here, and people, how people look for shortcuts to get home. They'll cut through these main roads and cut through these subdivisions, and it's not safe. And, you know, you got kids out there playing, people up walking down the streets, and, you know, but like I said, if you got a complaint or you got a problem with speeders, call us and let us know, because if we don't know, we can't send somebody out there. But if we do, we can't stay out there. We have to deal with it for a little while and move on, and then we'll keep on the rest of the time.
Well, our time's come and gone. Appreciate your visit. We'll see you next month. And
we'll see you next year.
That's right.
Yes, next
All right.
year.
Thanks so much. Sheriff Robert Bryan, that's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford. That regular oil change, $24.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, $16.73. West Main. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. I'm still looking at this crash over here on 440 eastbound at Hillsboro Pike. One car still turned around sideways. It was flooding pretty bad earlier on 440 eastbound over there around Nolensville Pike, between Nolensville Pike and I-24. Still heavy traffic out here where you would expect with this rain, wet driving conditions. Give yourself extra time. There's been a crash 24 eastbound just past Haywood Lane that has traffic a little bit still slow. Princess Hot Chicken now available for catering during this holiday season. Log on to princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Caring for a loved one is as natural as the weather, but just like the weather, one moment it's sunny, and the next, you find yourself in the middle of a storm. So when it came time to take care of my dad, I knew I needed help. A reprieve from the storm, so to speak. That's when I found the Pavilion Senior Living. They have expertise and experience to weather the storms in your loved one's life. And now I can rest easy. Thank you, Pavilion Senior Living. You should visit thepavilionseniorliving.com to find out more.
The Titans are back from the bye week and ready for the stretch run, as this Sunday they host the Jacksonville Jaguars. The award-winning Titans countdown begins from Nissan Stadium at 11. Then Mike Keith and Dave McGinnis call all the action of Titans and Jags. From Nashville, kickoff set for 12:02.
Brought to you by Fakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Ball Plumbing, the Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas and Tennessee 811. Call before you dig.
This is Titans Radio, 98.9 WANT.
To kick off your work week, temperatures will top out in the upper 40s with partly cloudy skies. On Tuesday, skies will be a mix of sun and clouds with highs climbing into the low 50s. Rain showers do return by Wednesday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
And we welcome you to part 2 of Coleman and Company. It is a Monday morning, a little bit of rain falling, but nevertheless, it's the start of the work week, and we're ready to start talking about Rocky Williams' Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet, because Billy Mullinax is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Good to see you as always.
It's always good to be here. Even on a rainy Monday, it's good to be here.
All right. Your place, of course, Rocky Williams Premier. I think that's really the official name, isn't it? Rocky Williams Premier.
Yeah, it's Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
And then
it's
all
really
the rest goes along with it. Dodge Chrysler Jeep. 600 Pleasant Grove Road, Mount Juliet, north side of the interstate.
The easy side. The easy side of the interstate, Coleman.
Well, Billy, of course, is general manager, and things have been going great for Rocky and for Billy and everybody there for all these years because of the no-haggle pricing. They do it differently. They have no-haggle pricing where everybody pays the same great low price.
You know, Coleman, I was thinking this morning, we've been almost at our new place for February, be 5 years. That's hard to believe, isn't it? Seems like you and I were just talking about it, but been there 5 years. But people do keep coming back again and again because of no haggle pricing, where everybody pays the same great low price. and we price our cars and not our customers. It's fair, honest, and transparent.
We say that over and over every Monday, but part of advertising at least is repetition, and we want people to not only hear it, but to ingrain it within them, to know you are a little different. You do it differently.
And Coleman, we'll keep on talking about that, because that is what makes us different. There are a lot of people out there this day and time that say they're one price or they're no haggle. More and more people are doing that as they see that really is what people want. But very, very few stick to their price when it comes down to it. And we've heard that from sales managers or salespeople that have worked for other organizations over time, that when the customer goes to leave, they start negotiating. And we don't do that, Coleman. If we've said it so many times, if I buy a vehicle, or if you buy a vehicle, or even Rocky, when he buys a vehicle for a grandchild or something, he pays exactly what everybody else pays, not a dollar less.
Well, what people need to do, of course, is to go to your website, which is rockywilliams.com.
Might see your neighbor there, Coleman.
You go right there, you'll find the entire inventory of new and pre-owned cars. You see something you like. Your battle is nearly won if you can find something there that meets your needs and is affordable. Then you just go, you know what you're going to pay for it. You don't have to go and negotiate. There's no negotiation.
Well, that's exactly right, Coleman. As long as you finding the vehicle that meets your needs and fits in your budget, that's the main thing. And when you know it's a no haggle price, you don't have to look at it and say, well, I can probably get another $2,000 off of that through negotiation, so I can afford a little more. We make it simple and easy, and we do give you a great price right up front, a price that a lot of dealers really don't want to sell you the vehicle for. We have to be very competitive because we do clearly post our prices on our internet site, and so you have to be competitive being a one-price store, because if you were really, really high, nobody's ever going to come to you because you're higher than all the other people that can negotiate.
Right. Well, how is your inventory right now? I know that's been a problem for all dealers, really, especially getting new inventory.
Well, new is continuing to be an issue, Coleman, and it's going to be an issue for quite some time. But pre-owned, we've just increased our pre-owned inventory pretty drastically. We're up in the 180s on pre-owned now. And a lot of those vehicles, as we say all the time, are 1 year old and with a lot with less than 10,000 miles. So that's basically a new vehicle, and we've increased that just because we can't get a lot of the new vehicles.
Mm-hmm. All right, pay them a visit, and remember there is, of course, service after the sale. Very important, too.
Yes, it is. You want to be able to get service after you buy something, and we've got a great service department headed up by Will Daly that will take good care of you.
All right, they price their cars, not their customers. Rocky Williams Premier, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet. Billy, of course, Billy Mullinax, General Manager. And you are still open Monday through Saturday, sales department, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.?
That's right.
All right. Well, have a great week.
We'll see you next Monday.
See you next Monday.
Thank you, Coleman.
And stay dry. All right. We are ready to introduce our guests here for part 2, and I have 2 ladies from the county mayor's office with me this morning. And I'm going to introduce Brooke Driver first, executive assistant to Mayor Hutto. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. Thank you for having us.
Well, it's good to see you. And I tell you what, the lady that has accompanied you this morning is relatively new in the office. And why don't you introduce her?
Yes, sir. Well, back in October, Mr. Jim Kidwell retired. He had been our ADA coordinator for the county for about 29 years. And we miss him a lot, but we have hired Miss Christy Willie to take his place. And she's doing a little bit of what Jim did. Jim was kind of a jack of all trades in our office. So she's taking over Jim's roles and a lot of other roles in the office, but we're happy to have her, Miss Christy Willie.
Well, we certainly are, and good morning and welcome.
Morning. Thank you for having us here today.
Well, let's. I'm gonna come back to. Come back to Brooke here in a moment and maybe ask the same thing, although she's been here time too. This is a new experience for you to come and be on Coleman and Company. We welcome you, but I want to know a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your background, maybe where you grew up, anything about your education or your family you want us to know, and then we'll get into other things.
All right. I actually came from Central Florida. I was born and raised there. And I worked in county government, actually down in Brevard County, which is in Cape Canaveral area. And
when you mentioned Florida, MJ stood up in there. she's the Florida gal.
Awesome.
She's a Gator. Are you?
Or
is it Florida State?
I don't even watch football, unfortunately, so I couldn't even tell you.
Okay, we interrupted. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. I actually, we moved up here. My husband got a job at a radio, or not a radio, we're on the radio station, at a car audio company in Mount Juliet, and they moved us up here. So it's him and I and our two boys. My mom actually still lives in Florida, and I have some family up in the northeastern area of the country. So.
Yeah. Is this something you really wanted to do, what you're doing here? I mean, is this, or are you plowing new ground, so to speak?
The radio station, this is very new ground for me. Never done this before. But the administrative assistant job I love. I think I'm made for things like that. So.
Yeah. Well, when did you start?
I started October 11th here in Wilson County.
Okay, so almost 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got your feet wet yet?
I have gotten my feet wet. I've learned a lot about the county and some of the things that the mayor's office offers. We have a pauper's burial for individuals that maybe can't afford for their funeral or their expenses to be buried. We also have the home grant for individuals that need maybe help with their homes, fixing up their homes, or if their home is in too bad of disrepair, they can contact us and try to get their house rebuilt. Basically, it's a process. I'm still learning that process, but hopefully we're going to go out to bid for a new contract this coming year.
What is your official title? ADA coordinator?
No, I'm actually an administrative assistant. I guess the ADA coordinator position that Jim had, it was new. So when he received that title, is my understanding, and there's ADA is a little more widespread now, and a lot more people know about it. So that's part of my job, but not strictly my job.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad you explained that.
Yeah.
Brooke, tell us just a little bit about you. How long you been with the mayor's office?
Well, believe it or not, Coleman, it feels like a lot longer, but I have been there 2 years this month.
2 years.
Yes, sir.
Would you have some main responsibilities?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
this administrative assistant covers a lot of territory.
Yes, I'm Mayor Hutto's executive assistant, but I do oversee a lot of our PR that we do, any information that we're trying to get out to the public. Normally that goes through me first. So I handle our newsletter, things that go on our website, things like that.
Yeah. Well, there's, I guess there's quite a lot of people who frequent that office and come there for a lot of different things. You get to meet a lot of people, don't you?
We do. We get to meet a lot of people and we get to serve a lot of people. So it's a good job.
You enjoy what you're doing.
Love it.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. And love Mayor Hutto. We got to keep him in line, but he's a good one.
Well, okay. The two of you, who else is in Mayor Hutto? That's three. Who else is in the office?
We've got Sarah Davenport. She is an executive assistant to Mayor Hutto as well. And then we've got Miss Susan Shaw. She handles a lot of the mayor's special projects. And then we've got Mr. Robert Baines. He is located in our office as well. He's the director of maintenance over the county.
So really, there's 6 people there.
Yes, sir.
And Robert Baines is concerned more with stuff away from the office, really.
Yes, he's always on the run, but at any time we do something in our office, we include him. He's part of the office family.
Yeah, right. Well, we got it. But 5 of you that are there pretty much all day, unless you've got an assignment outside or something like that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, that sort of paints the picture. Let's take a break right here. We'll talk more with Christy and Brooke in a moment. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by Absolute Kubota, fully staffed service center, a parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day, servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic here, Chuck.
Good morning. It's been crazy over there in certain sections of 440 this morning, especially eastbound between Nolensville, Pike, and I-24, where it flooded pretty good earlier. Again, just be careful. They're trying to clear that earlier wreck on 440 eastbound near Hillsborough Pike. We're still looking at this crash out here on 24 eastbound at Haywood Lane. It's a good thing it was eastbound and not westbound because we really have a bigger backup. Donut Distillery presents Boozin' with Buddy. Stop by their Christmas pop-up bar. Log on to donutdistillery.com. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on time traffic.
Do you know why Rocky Williams Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Mount Juliet sells so many cars, trucks, SUVs, and muscle cars? Well, it all starts with a simple idea. Why not give everyone a hassle-free shopping experience for their new or used vehicle with no haggling, no negotiating, and no runaround? Every vehicle on the Rocky Williams lot is marked down incredibly low with the price posted on the window. You're treated with fairness and respect every time. No pressure, just a friendly, warm, inviting staff dedicated to finding the exact vehicle you need. So Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has become the original no-haggle, one-price dealer. Go online to rockywilliams.com to see the incredible deals yourself. Every car and truck is listed with a no-haggle low price. This is for real, and you're gonna love it. People drive for miles to get some of the lowest prices in America on their new or used cars or trucks. Go to rockywilliams.com or come on over to our brand new spacious dealership next to Walmart in Mount Juliet.
Calling all horse lovers. Do you need a new zero turn for your horse farm? Call Absolute Kubota today at 615-449-6171 and ask about their special equine discounts on Exmark mowers. Exmark picked 2-to-1 over any other brand. Step up to an Exmark at your farm or ranch today so you can get back to what you enjoy, your horses. Call 615-449-6171 or stop by and see the team at Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main Street in Lebanon. Exmark, ready to work for you.
The Dancing Lights of Christmas and Santa's Village is back for their 12th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season. With over 2 million lights spanning a 2.5-mile route, all perfectly synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes, you'll experience the dazzling sights and sounds of the Dancing Lights of Christmas from inside the comfort of your own vehicle. And for the first time ever, helicopter rides are available where you can see the lights dance from the sky. The Dancing Lights of Christmas and Santa's Village at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, 5 p.m. nightly, including all holidays. More info at thedancinglightsofchristmas.com.
Coleman and Company, our final segment here for a rainy Monday morning. And if you're just joining us, welcome as always. Christy Willie is with us, who is relatively new at the Wilson County Mayor's office, and Brooke Driver is here. And you said you've been about 2 years, Brooke.
Yes, sir.
And you've been about 2 months.
Yes, sir.
Christy. Well, back to what you do. You did say that you have taken over the ADA that Jim Kidwell was doing, but that's not all your responsibility. And so, what's a day like with you now?
Well, I assist Robert with ordering parts and things like that for county buildings. I process the invoices that come in for the office. Also do purchase orders for our office and the county buildings. Answer phones with Brooke and Sarah and Susan when she's in, and that's help out with pretty much everything else in the office wherever they need me.
Yeah. So. And how does what she do differ from what you do, Brooke? You're doing some of the, I mean, all of you, I guess, answer the phone if need be, but each person has their own little niche in the scheme of things, right?
That's exactly right. We've got our own niche, and we each enjoy what we do. Christie's is more PO based. She handles a lot of the things that Robert, the director of maintenance, needs, making sure those orders come in. She also handles, we hope, next year, the home grant and also any paupers burials that come through.
Well, I guess there's more to what all goes on in the mayor's office than the average person might think, but there's a lot of things. So you have people coming in wanting to see the mayor, no doubt, different things
Yes,
to
sir.
talk about. He's a busy feller, isn't he?
He's busy. He is. We keep him on the go. We've got his schedule booked up right now. But if anyone needs to talk to him, give us a call.
Yeah. Well, he'll be here. His regular time will be 2 weeks from today in this time slot. Do y'all have to get ready when a county commission meets? Is that a busy time for you in the office there necessarily?
Sometimes it is, depending on what's on the agenda. Normally, we want to make sure our commissioners are informed. If there's anything that comes up at the last minute, we put it on their desks, let them know. But really, it's just a time we gear up once that agenda comes out and see if there's anything we need to do.
Yeah. Well, Christy, let me ask you this: is this the first time you've worked in a setting such as this, a government office, let's say, or anything like this? You've done something else most of your life?
I did. I actually worked for the clerk's office in Florida for 13 years. So I'm familiar with county commission meetings, although I am not familiar with county mayor. So, I'm getting familiar with it now. But previously, I was more back end of county commission meetings and things like that, typing minutes and memos and things like that.
Yeah. Well, can you contrast? Now, was this in Florida?
Yes.
Well, what contrasts the situation in Florida with what you found here in Tennessee? I wonder if it's different, or how would you describe each one of them, maybe?
They are both very different. I will say up here, it seems to be more transparent. County government is a lot more transparent than it is in Florida. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. We had, where I was from, 5 commissioners for the whole county, and here there's 25.
Right.
And in Florida, that's their full-time job. They didn't do anything other than be a county commissioner. And here
they're paid for it?
Yeah. That was their full-time.
Is that an elected position?
It is. It was an elected position.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were busy people, for sure.
Well, was the county there as big as we are?
I think so. They were a pretty big county, and the commissioners had
population and land area.
I would say more population than land area.
Okay, but 5 people. Now, did you have a county mayor, or county executive, or somebody that they worked with, or?
Yes, our system, so to speak, there was we had a county manager.
Okay.
And they had a whole office similar to county mayor's office. We had a county attorney's office that handled a lot of stuff. Here, I think we just have Mike Jennings and maybe his assistant.
That's right. Yeah, Mike Jennings is our county attorney.
Yeah.
And then in Florida, where I'm from, there was probably 10 or 12 county attorneys. So it was very weird to me that everything was so together here in Wilson County. And I don't know if it's the same in all of Tennessee, but I absolutely love that it's family oriented. They're small. Everybody is so nice and pleasant, and it was a shock for me, honestly, when we moved up here.
Okay. Well, maybe we haven't had any knockdown, drag out situations here yet. Every once in a while, one will come along. Everybody doesn't see everything alike, but it does seem that it's been pretty peaceful on the county commission for a while. Brooke, I'm sure you'll agree with that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But just wait.
Oh, I'm sure it'll come.
hadn't even thought about that situation. But I mean, got a county maybe about the same size as we are in Florida, with 5 county commissioners who are elected but get paid for that position, full-time job for them. So they've got 5 times as much to do as each one of our county commissioners. You might say that.
Yes, they do. They had a lot to do. They had constituents calling constantly. We didn't work as closely with commissioners in my previous position unless they needed information about the county, county meeting or something like that, like an agenda or minutes or a memorandum or something.
Well, I've got you here primarily to introduce you this morning, although we certainly appreciate Brooke coming along as well. But let's get back to the ADA a little bit.
Okay.
What do people need to know about that? And does the people who it's for and who need to know, are they fairly informed, or do you find a lot of people asking an awful lot of questions in that regard?
I haven't had many people ask me questions about ADA. It has been a lot more well-known around the county. I know a lot of the buildings went through changes, or I think it was in the early 90s or mid-90s. So there's not a whole lot left to do as far as I know about that. It could be that I just haven't come across it yet, because there's certain things that I just haven't learned yet. They haven't come across. I learned the pauper's burial kind of trial by fire at one point in time. So it was, I think it was bigger when Jim first started doing that, because he was transitioning the county buildings into ADA compliance, whereas they're mostly compliant now.
Okay, so maybe there's not as much to do now.
Correct.
And that's why you're taking on some other responsibilities,
Yes.
perhaps. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, now, Jim knew an awful lot he knew a lot of people, he knew a lot of things. He also fished a lot here. Is that?
Yes, sir. And deer hunted a little bit.
Do you fish?
I haven't fished in a very long time. I think the last time I tried to fish, I wasn't even sure how the hook came out of the fish's mouth.
Oh, well, what's the transition for Christy been for you and Sarah and maybe Mayor Hutto?
Really, it's been a smooth transition. Christy came in at a great time in the office when things were slowing down a little bit, and we were able to focus on her and make sure she got everything she needed. But she has been a great help. She's done a great job, and like I said, we're really happy to have her.
Well, I hope you're planning to be here for a while and do a great job. I'm sure that's your goal.
Absolutely. I'll stay here forever if they let me.
Is it that good?
It's awesome. I love my job.
We've just kept her in the dark so far.
Oh. Well, Brooke, what else is going on? I mean, you're right there. There's the county mayor is certainly a vital part of our whole operation, and you and of course Christy and Sarah all right there. What else would you like to tell us this morning, either that you do or any news out of the office or anything else that might fill in here for a couple of minutes?
Yes, sir. I do have one thing that's pretty important for the county here that I want to mention. We are actually looking for some new property for the Noreen Convenience Center out in Noreen. Normally, what the county would do is they would lease the property where the current convenience center is, and that lease is up now. So we're looking for some new property out in Noreen that we can locate that convenience center for our citizens.
Are you wanting to buy or lease or either one?
I think we would do either, preferably purchase the land. So if anybody listening knows of anyone who has property or has some property out that way, definitely give us a call.
Okay. You got anything else?
Well, right now we are doing a food drive at the county courthouse now through December 15th. I'll let Christy talk about it a little bit if she feels like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually got involved with Compassionate Hands since I've been with the mayor's office, and there are some great people, John and Sheila. They do a really great job. and they're constantly looking for non-perishable items. And we're also working with the Wilson County school system. It's kind of a joint effort. So we're needing some non-perishable items, some canned vegetables, Chef Boyardee type things, microwavable mac and cheese, Slim Jims, Little Debbie snacks, hot hands, and rain ponchos mainly. So anything that anybody can do to help us out would be fantastic.
What do they do if they want to donate?
They would come up here to the Wilson County Courthouse. We have boxes out front, and we
okay.
also have some in our office and the other county offices as well.
Okay. So if you make it to the courthouse, you can find where to put them.
Absolutely.
But if you can't, come to the mayor's office. And
Absolutely.
You'll help them. Okay. All right. Well, we got to close it out here. Christy Willie, thanks for being with us. We hope you do a great job as the addition to the mayor's office. And thanks for being with us, as well as Brooke Driver. Brooke, thank you much, too, for accompanying her this morning.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Coleman.
Thanks for having us.
That is it for a Monday. Join us tomorrow if you will. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.